This is the tragic tale of Michael J. Fox, whose life has been plagued with misfortune. In the 80s, Michael J. Fox was on top of the world, a teen icon we all loved in Family Ties and the time-traveling Marty McFly in Back to the Future. How did this young superstar end up severely depressed, staring down an empty vodka bottle? Michael was born to William and Phyllis on June 9, 1961, in the small town of Edmonton, Alberta. His father had a remarkable career spanning 25 years in the Canadian Forces before transitioning to a police dispatcher. Michael got his acting chops from his mother, who was an actress and payroll clerk. In 1978, he kicked off his own acting journey with a brief role of Nicky in the episode The Master of the Magic Lie. The spotlight, however, truly found him when he portrayed Jamie Romano in the series Leo and Me, earning him the recognition he deserved. At the tender age of 18 in 1979, he decided to make the life-changing move to Los Angeles. His father didn't believe in his son's big career plans at first. Eventually, he agreed to support his son by paying for a trip. It wasn't all rainbows and sunshine when Fox made it to Hollywood. To earn a living, he worked in many poor-paying jobs and spent 5 years in a rundown studio in Beverly Hills. Fox mentioned he was so short on cash that he survived by eating those little Smucker's jam packets. But he worked hard and finally got the break. Stepping into the silver screen, Fox's cinematic debut unfolded in The Quirky Midnight Madness in 1980 and The Rebellious Class of 1984, where he embraced the screen name Michael Fox. What we best know him for is his role as young Republican Alex P. Keaton in the iconic Family Ties. NBC had a front-row seat to his talent as the show graced screens for a captivating 7-season run from 1982 to 1989. For his contributions to Family Ties, Fox received 3 Primetime Emmy Awards and a shiny Golden Globe Award. The show not only graced Fox with fame, but also gifted him the best present of all, his future wife, Tracy Pollan. Their on-screen romance as Alex P. Keaton and Ellen translated into a beautiful off-screen connection. The wedding bells chimed on July 16, 1988, at the picturesque West Mountain Inn in Arlington, Vermont. Post-nuptials, the couple moved back to Vancouver, beginning their shared journey beyond the camera lights.
All the trials and tribulations, how have you made that marriage work?
It's so cliche, but we just really like each other. We're most happy in each other's company.
I love you, all right? I love you, I love you, I love you.
However, the couple's future held an unforeseen burden that no one could have anticipated. Fox seamlessly juggled a diverse array of films, gracing the screen with iconic performances in the Back to the Future trilogy, the light-hearted Teen Wolf, and the musically charged Light of Day, just to name a few. With these roles, Fox gained the status of the teen idol. His influence was so significant that he was honored as one of the 50 greatest teen idols by The Greatest, a VH1 television series. Amidst his fame and fortune, a cruel turn of events unfolded. He was diagnosed with the incurable Parkinson's disease at the age of 29, when he was shooting for Doc Hollywood. Fox's once steady hands were disrupted, replaced by the erratic rhythm of a twitching finger. The verdict from doctors, delivered with the weight of an unwelcome climax, was a bitter pill to swallow. Time would only amplify the tremors, casting a shadow over the possibility of him ever gracing the screen again. Unfortunately, the grim prophecy turned out to be more than just lines on a medical script. It became the haunting reality that dimmed the lights on his acting career. Doctors told him that he had only 10 years left to work. At the time of his diagnosis, Fox had been married for 3 years, and his son Sam was just a little toddler. Adding to the difficulty was Fox's struggle to accept his condition. His denial led to some of the worst choices he ever had to make. He sought solace in alcoholism. Fox said, "So what if I could just have 4 glasses of wine and maybe a shot?" I was definitely an alcoholic. And that was not all. He was in an industry where shaking fingers and blank expressions were unwelcomed, so he had to conceal it. For that, he abused dopamine pills. According to him, he took them like Halloween Smarties, and they were not to actually deal with his condition, they were just to hide his condition. In his own words, I became a virtuoso of manipulating drug intake so that I'd peak at exactly the right time and place. 4 years into his battle with Parkinson's disease, he welcomed the arrival of his twin daughters, Aquina Kathleen and Shuila Francis, into the world. His daughters were a bright spot for him, but for 7 long years, Michael struggled in silence with Parkinson's. He developed depression. Everything was falling apart for him. The catalyst for his public speaking about his disease wasn't a cheerful tale either, as we will later see. In 1998, Fox underwent a significant medical procedure called thalamotomy to manage his tremors. This intricate surgery involves creating a precise lesion in the thalamus to enhance overall brain function in patients struggling with similar conditions. However, he worked on different projects during that denial period, including For Love or Money, The American President, and Frighteners. Fox also made a comeback to series television as Deputy Mayor Mike Flaherty in ABC's Spin City. This role earned him 1 more Emmy Award and secured 3 Golden Globe Awards and 2 Screen Actors Guild Awards. Research suggests Parkinson's may occur due to genetic predisposition and environmental triggers like pesticides and pollution. What further startled Fox was discovering that at least 4 fellow cast members from Leo and Me also developed early-onset Parkinson's. "You don't die from Parkinson's, but you do die with it," he once remarked. As time goes on, the disease tends to make everyday tasks increasingly challenging, casting a shadow over the simplest of functions. Amid Spin City's 3rd season, the realization dawned on Michael that concealing his Parkinson's was no longer feasible. Adding to his turmoil, he faced incessant bullying from the paparazzi. Their presence outside his residence, taunting him with questions like, "What's the matter with you?" compounded the already challenging situation imposed by his condition. It was 1998, and he was fed up. Fox mentioned, "I said I can't be making my neighbors deal with this, so I came out," and he spoke about his disorder. During the autumn of 2000, he initiated the Michael J. Fox Foundation for Parkinson's Research, steering it onto a stable trajectory. Formerly, Fox was optimistic that there would be a Parkinson's cure within a decade, but now he is sure it's not something he will see happening in his lifetime.
As I began to understand what research might promise for the future, I became hopeful that I would not face the terrible suffering so many with Parkinson's endure.
In 2001, his family welcomed his 3rd daughter, Esme Annabelle. Once the foundation gained momentum, Fox re-entered acting, but with a unique condition. He would only take supporting roles if he could integrate his Parkinson's disease symptoms into the characters he portrayed. His deteriorating memory drove this heartbreaking turn of events. He struggled to recall his lines as his memory continued to slip away. Fox's brain was not only battling with Parkinson's at that time. He didn't know about another devil that would soon be making his life even harder. He made striking appearances in guest roles on Scrubs in 2004 and Boston Legal in 2006, showcasing his exceptional talent. His portrayal of Dwight in Rescue Me in 2009 earned him his 5th Emmy Award and left an indelible mark on the series. Fox took on the role of producer and host for an Emmy-nominated ABC special, Adventures of an Incurable Optimist, a captivating journey filmed across the United States, India, and Bhutan. Things were looking up for Michael, but in 2018, his life was once again flipped upside down. Fox was diagnosed with a non-cancerous spinal tumor that inflicted excruciating pain throughout his body. Even though it wasn't cancerous, the big growth was putting the 57-year-old actor at risk of being paralyzed. The surgery itself became a major issue because no doctor was willing to tackle the tumor, fearing complications due to the patient's condition. Fox underwent a very complex surgery to eliminate that spine tumor in April 2018. The aftermath posed a perilous and demanding challenge as the tremors and lack of balance stemming from Parkinson's endangered the delicate recovery of his spinal cord. Not only that, Fox endured a grueling 4-month journey after the surgery and relearned to walk. Embracing hope in his recovery, he embarked on a family vacation before his return to New York City for a cameo appearance in a Spike Lee film. However, an unforeseen slip and fall the following morning shattered his plans for the cameo and left him grappling with a broken arm. Fox recalled it as one of the darkest moments in his life. His upper arm sustained such a devastating injury that it demanded the insertion of a staggering 19 screws, underscoring the depth of his ordeal. In his memoir, No Time Like the Future, An Optimist Considers Mortality, he wrote that he even started to question his optimism in those trying times. His optimism became finite because he thought there was no way to put a shine on his circumstance, and he was right. Following the surgery for his broken hand, an infection set in, rendering his hand temporarily unusable. This unexpected setback triggered balance problems, leading to unfortunate falls and compounding the already challenging situation. The broken arm actually triggered a domino effect of physical repercussions that relentlessly afflicted his body one after another. He bore the pain that no one should. In 2020, Fox bid farewell to his acting career as the reliability of his speech continued to deteriorate, marking a poignant end to a chapter in his life. In 2022, the esteemed Michael J. Fox was honored with an exceptional accolade, an honorary Oscar, the Jan Hirschholt Humanitarian Award, presented by the Distinguished Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences. His accolades were overshadowed by more tragedy in 2022. His mother died at the age of 92. Furthermore, he faced many new injuries during the year due to his declining health. The inability to strum his cherished guitar and the loss of writing and typing abilities weigh heavily on him. His latest book was dictated to his assistant, signifying the distressing impact of his declining condition. In a 2023 interview with Variety, Fox said,
I broke this shoulder, had it replaced. I broke this elbow. I broke this hand. I had an infection that almost cost me this finger. I broke my face. I did a lot. I broke this humor. And that sucked. But I was still okay. I was still happy to join the day.
Adding to the challenge is his age, a factor that compounds the difficulty of confronting injuries and health issues. In his own words, he now lives by the mantra, just don't fall. Sadly, he now relies on several strategies, including using a walker, a wheelchair, a cane, and even relying on someone holding onto a belt around his waist, whatever it takes to maintain balance and avoid falling.